This Sons of Anarchy storyline was never resolved, and it's annoying a collider writer. Welcome back to the channel. You can probably guess it. We're going back to season 2, and we're going back to Ethan Sobelle. Now, of course, it was one of its most brutal and devastating storylines. Happened in only the second season, including introducing us to some seriously deranged villains. This, of course, the Ethan Sobelle arc and the horrific things he and his crew did, not only to the MC, but to Gemma Teller. So obviously, Ethan Zobelle enlists the help of the League of American Nationalists to bring down Sam Crow. But of course, it was never resolved, this storyline, because Zobelle managed to escape. Obviously, Jax, OP, Chibs, they dealt with Weston, but Zobelle managed to escape. Now, his daughter did die, his entire mission got wiped out, and he got outed as an FBI informant. So we can say it never got resolved, right? But I would like to say that it kind of did get resolved. I mean, like, how resolved do you truly want something to get at the end of the day? Like, the more you look at it and the more you actually break this down, it's like not everything needs to be 100% final. Like, yeah, would it have been good for Sobel to actually like catch a bullet maybe in a later season? Correct. But the way Sons of Anarchy is writ, it's writ so well. It's like season 2 is about Jackson Clay beefing with obviously Sobel and his crew beefing with the Suns overall. But as the season goes on and the season ends, the attention that quickly goes from Sam Crow wanting to kill Sobel does a complete 180 because Cammy Hayes kidnaps Abel. And I think what's telling about that is you have Tig, Juice, Clay waiting outside the ice cream shop, ready to kill Ethan Sobel. But then Cameron Hayes kidnaps Abel, Jax phones Clay, and Clay basically says, right, we want Sobel, but we need to get Abel back more. And I think it was a very good scene because it shows you that Clay genuinely cared. You know what I mean? And as much as Clay is, a villain in Sons of Anarchy, he's definitely an anti-hero. Maybe villain's too strong. It shows you that Clay cared about his stepson, about his family, because he was willing to put revenge here on the back burner to go and rescue his grandson at the end of the day. And obviously, the club's immediate attention drops at this point to take down Sobel, and it goes after Abel. And I think the way it was done was pretty well because Sobel manages to sneak out the back door like the rat that he is, like the snake that he is. He slithers away. Now, obviously, season 3 pretty much gets all took up by the fact that they have to get to Belfast, they come back, and then they've got the whole charges hanging over them from the Sobel incident. But so with Sobel going to Hungary, I mean, what you could argue is like, seeing season 4, could Clay, for example, have tasked 2 members of the club to go to Hungary and kill Ethan Sobel? Or hell, could he have tasked the European charter to go and kill Ethan Sobel? Potentially. But it's almost like a lot of wasted energy because when season 3 happens, they go to jail, they get out. Do you really want the focus of the season to not be on like the cartel deal and go back to focusing on what Sobel did in season 2? I mean, it could have did that, but I feel like in Sons they did a very good job of like once a film was done, they were done. They never really came back, and I think that was the correct decision here. Yeah, and we can argue to the cows come home that Gemma, for example, deserved justice, but you don't. She deserved justice, but you don't always get justice. You know what I mean? You look at Sopranos. I think everybody and their granny wanted Dr. Melfi to tell Tony about what happened so they could get revenge on Jesus, Employee of the Month. But it didn't happen. And it's the same in Sons, albeit a lot more revenge happened because you actually managed to kill the perpetrator behind the rape. You didn't get the guy that put it in motion. But for me, I think the way the Ethan Sobel character played it was pretty good. Now here, Sons of Anarchy, there might be a sequel in the future, but let's be honest, Jem is dead, Clay's dead, Jax is dead. Anyone that would really care about killing Ethan Sobel is dead. And also, like, as much as they still cared for Gemma, she killed Tara and Jax killed Gemma. I don't think Chibs and Tig in the year like 2030 are going to be that overly focused on killing Ethan Sobel for something he put in motion like 20 odd years ago. That's just my opinion. Anyway, it's a very intriguing talking point. I love talking about Sons of Anarchy. But for me, I think Ethan Sobel, it's a question mark that should be left unanswered.